Alright my friends, this is the pop-up Valentine's video. So to make the pop-up cards, you may have received a pink sheet in your classroom. If not, you can download and print this template from Schoology. And in order to make it, we are going to do some cuts. Now, don't cut the heart out until I tell you what to do, because if you notice, there's a gap. And in that gap, we are not going to cut. So the first thing we're going to do is cut along this dotted line to cut our paper in half. Okay. Now, we're going to take the half with the heart on it to turn it upside down so that the heart is touching the table and we can't see it. And then we're going to take our paper and we are going to fold it in half. So we're going to take these bottom two corners and line them up with the top two corners. Hold it, bring our finger down and give it a squish. Now you'll notice that our heart showed up because it was on the back side. We also want to fold the other half of our paper. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Line up my corners, come straight down, push it out. Okay, so we have two cards or books started. We're going to put this one aside and keep the heart one. We're going to pinch it and then we're going to fold it back and forth a couple of times. We want to make sure that these folds are loose so that the pop-up works really well. Okay, now holding the folded side, you can see where the heart is. We are going to cut along that dashed line and stop where the line stops. So there's this white spot right here that has no line. Do not cut there. And then I'm going to flip my paper over and I'm going to cut this other line. And again, I stopped where the line stopped. So now I have this kind of weird shape and I'm going to give that a fold. I want to fold it once on this side and then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to fold it once on this side. Now I'm going to fold it back and open it up. Okay, now we can see our heart shape and it's still attached on the side. That's why we didn't want to cut that out. So what we're going to do is put our finger underneath the point and we're going to put our other finger underneath the bumps of the heart. And if you flip it over, you can see your fingers should touch. Okay? So now we're going to push that heart up and give it a good pinch. Now if we hold our card by the heart, you'll notice that the back of it starts to make that V for a booklet. That's exactly what we want to happen. So we're going to lay it down on its side and then flatten it out. And our pop-up is done. See? It pops up. But it looks a little weird because we have this cut out. So that's why we have the other half of our page. So we are going back to open up both halves of our pop-up card, flip the heart over, and we're going to glue around the edge, but not in the heart. If you glue the heart, it won't pop up anymore. So I'm just going to glue around this edge. A little glue, a little glue. Okay. Now I'm going to flip it over and put it right on top of that other sheet of paper and give it a good smush. Okay, now I'm going to lift that heart up again one more time by putting my fingers underneath it. And this time I won't see my fingers underneath it because that second piece is covering it. But I can still pinch it and pull it up and squish my card one more time. So cards, they open like a book. You open them and now we see our pop-up. I like to give mine a little bit of a border to make it pop up the page a little more. So when we open them up, you can see I've given mine a little bit of a border around there, and that way it just pops off a little bit more. It draws even more attention. So I've got this one here And you can see I did the same thing. Did that little bit of a border. So cards also have a cover. So you can write anything you want on the cover of yours. You could put I love you. You could put an emoji. You could write the words Happy Valentine's Day or I love you. And then when you open them up, they also have a message on the inside. So I wrote I love you. And then I wrote my name, Love Stone. So you're going to sign your name. So either a message or a picture on the front. Open it up. This one says Happy V-Day. That's short for Valentine's Day. And then we'll sign our name. I'll write Love Stone. And if you want, you could put little X's and O's for hugs and kisses. Okay, my friends, if you have any trouble with this, send me a note in Schoology and we can set up either a one-on-one Zoom or we can do a quick video over messages. I hope you have fun.